Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Nicole Boeckmann. I'm the Chief Assistant United States Attorney at the Eastern District of New York. Just a short time ago, the Honorable Joan Azraq sentenced the former District Attorney of Suffolk County, Thomas Spota, to 5 years in prison, and the co-defendant, Christopher McPartland, his Chief of Investigations, to 5 years in prison. Mr. Spota was also sentenced to a $100,000 fine. In December 2019, Thomas Spota and Christopher McPartland were convicted by a jury of witness tampering and obstructing a federal civil rights investigation that was being conducted by this office and the Federal Bureau of Investigation into the assault of a handcuffed prisoner by then Suffolk County Chief of Police James Burke inside the 4th Precinct. That prisoner was Christopher Loeb. The verdict and today's sentences demonstrate that no one is above the law, and those who abuse their oath of office and the enormous power vested in them by the public will suffer severe consequences. Today, justice was served. The conduct of these defendants shocks the conscience. Thomas Spota, Christopher McPartland, and James Burke conspired to derail a federal grand jury investigation by ensuring that no law enforcement witnesses cooperated with this office. They created a false narrative that the witnesses were required to adopt. These witnesses, veteran police officers who knew the ugly truth of what Burke had done, were threatened and intimidated into silence, or worse, forced to lie and commit perjury. They knew and understand that if they did not follow Tom Spota, Chris McPartland, and James Burke's orders, they and their families would likely face retaliation from both the District Attorney's Office and the Police Department. The citizens of this district will not tolerate corruption by their public officials, and the overwhelming, honest, hardworking members of law enforcement who respect the rule of law will not stand for it either. While the punishment handed down today was fitting, the long-lasting harm these two individuals inflicted on the criminal justice system cannot be overstated. These men were the highest-ranking prosecutors in Suffolk County, and they flagrantly disregarded the law and the sanctity of their office to protect an equally high-ranking, lawless police officer. The defendants' crimes corrupted the very institution that they led for more than a decade, bringing disgrace and dishonor to their office and to their profession. They undermined the public's faith and belief in justice. Their insidious alliance with James Burke and their willingness to protect him at all costs perpetuated the notion that prominent public officials, no matter how corrupt, are untouchable, that they are above the law. Today, we know that not to be true. These sentences send the right message to the public that they can have faith in their criminal justice system, that the system is not broken, and that corrupt police officers cannot and will not be protected by power-hungry prosecutors. Thomas Spota and Christopher McPartland were blinded by their power and distorted view of public service. To them, it was all about amassing control of both law and order to serve their own ends. They have gotten what they deserved. They will be serving significant time in federal prison. I want to commend the outstanding work of the Assistant United States Attorneys standing behind me who tried the case, Lara Trina-Scatz, Justina Gerasi, and Michael Maffei. I also want to thank John Durham, the chief of our office's Long Island Criminal Division, for his leadership, investigator William Hessel, paralegal specialist Shanita Moore-Glasgow, and legal assistant Sarah Silokar and Carrie Ucci. Finally, I would be remiss if I did not commend the hard work of the FBI special agents who assisted us in exposing this corrupt administration and ending the climate of fear in Suffolk County law enforcement. Special Agents Michael Weniger, Colleen Sheehan, and Christine Doyle. You all did a tremendous job. Thank you. I'd now like to turn it over to Acting Assistant Director in Charge, Jacqueline Maguire.
Thank you, Nicole. Good afternoon. My name is Jacqueline Maguire, and I'm the Acting Assistant Director in Charge of the FBI's New York office. With great power comes great responsibility. And as we've proven throughout the course of this investigation, Mr. Spota and Mr. McPartland abused their power to skirt their responsibility to comply with the federal civil rights investigation. They placed fear of retaliation inside the minds of those who may have been willing to otherwise cooperate, and they interfered with the efforts of a federal civil rights investigation. Their behavior was outrageous, and their sentences today prove as much. There's absolutely no place for this behavior in our criminal justice system. Those who abuse their power, like Mr. Spota and Mr. McPartland, and who subject others to cruel and unnecessary punishment, must be removed from serving an official capacity and must pay the price for their conduct. Only then, and as we've seen with today's sentences, can the trust and confidence that is earned from the citizens of Suffolk County be justly restored. I'd also like to thank the special agents of our FBI's New York office who led this investigation and our colleagues at the U.S. Attorney's Office. Thank you.
Thank you, everybody.